Chris Hutchins, and joining me today is Maverick Pro Mike Hermanson. We're going to start adding hopefully some more YouTube videos to our channel, and today we're sitting down with Mike kind of face to face and going to talk to him a little bit about how the year's been going, what he's kind of got on the horizon, and just get some thoughts on the state of triathlon in general. So first of all, Mike, you've had so far, you've raced 70.3 Raleigh, Muncie, New Orleans. Just kind of give us a brief recap real quick on how the first half of the season's been going for you.
Okay, the first half of the season, first race started out a bit shaky. I had a little bit of problem with the bike, water bottle cage on the bike actually, and only was able to use like one bottle cage on the bike, and I blew up midway through the run. Up to that point though, I was doing really well. I think I came off the bike in like 7th and ran my way into either 5th or 6th before the wheels started falling off from the lack of nutrition and hydration. But so I didn't really finish very well there, but I knew it wasn't like a motor issue. It was hydration and nutrition that very easily fixed, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. So I got that problem fixed in the Raleigh. It's a pretty tough field in Raleigh, and I finished 8th overall. Okay. I ended up, the field was much faster and much deeper than it was last year, but I ended up beating everyone that beat me last year there by at least a couple minutes. So that was very encouraging.
What was your time drop from 2013 to 2014 on the same course?
It actually was the same time, but because the wind was in the complete opposite direction, because the bike course in Raleigh is point to point. So last year we had a push on the bike pretty much the entire time, and this time we had like a 15-mile-an-hour headwind going from Lake Jordan all the way into downtown Raleigh. Okay. So bike times across the board were a lot slower, but my run time is where I made up the majority. I think I had the second fastest run of the day of a 1:16, which is about a 5:50 mile. So it was very encouraging to see that big time drop, even after a harder bike ride. Right. So it's about I think it was about 3 minutes faster on that run course than the year before.
Okay. And then how did things go at Muncie for you here a couple weeks ago?
Muncie went pretty well again. Again, it was a very fast and deep field. I ended up having a PR in the half iron distance by about 4.5 minutes, I think it was. So things are setting up quite nicely. I picked out 2 pros that I wanted to beat just because they're Chris McDonald and Patrick Rowe, just because they've always come to Louisville, and I think they've won the last 3 or 4 years between the 2 of them. So I was kind of set my benchmark to try and either beat both of them or at least one of them and try to be in the mix with them. And Chris McDonald beat me by a little bit over 3 minutes, I think is what it was, and I beat Patrick at Bow. So it was a big encouragement heading to Louisville, knowing that more than likely those 2 guys are probably the fastest ones here. So it's a big confidence booster going into Louisville.
Gotcha. So you've got Challenge, New Albany coming up this weekend, which is a half, and then you've got Louisville coming up in August. Sights set primarily on the Louisville race, it sounds like?
Yeah, I'm pretty much going all in on Louisville. I'm training through Challenge. I had a big day yesterday and kind of a mediocre day today, and then trying to just lean into the race. I didn't feel like I had enough time to taper down and then recover and then get back into the training cycle again one more time before Louisville. So
just to kind of maybe just talk about the landscape of triathlon this year with the disappearance of the Rev 3 Pro prize purse, essentially. How has that kind of affected your races and the strength of the fields this year?
The fields are much faster now, particularly the field in Raleigh, because that weekend happened to be the same weekend that Rev 3 Poissy was going to have the $100,000 prize purse. So in my mind, that was like an unofficial world championship, because you pretty much had the best of the best show up at that race, and so they all had to go find different races, and I think a lot of them chose Raleigh because it's geographically relatively close to Poissy. So it definitely has made the fields at all the Ironman distance races and all the half iron distance races much deeper and much faster, so it's harder to finish in the money. But trying to learn to not gauge my success on whether or not I come home with a paycheck, but whether or not I'm kind of working my way through, improving my time and working my way through the pro field.
Okay.
Just kind of focusing on that.
All right. Well, sounds good. Well, we appreciate you stopping by today. We'll probably touch base with you maybe after the challenge, New Albany, see how that goes, and then talk about a few things as we lead up to Ironman Louisville. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Good to see you.